Good evening. I'd like to talk to you this evening about digital literacy skills required for today's workplace. My name is Jenny Larry Johnson, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer for Creative Funding Solutions Incorporated. The thing about it is that maybe if you are like me, born before 1980, I feel a little lost sometimes when people are talking about technology during a conversation. So what I soon found out is that digital literacy means more than just being able to use a computer. The definition for digital literacy is actually having the ability to locate, organize, understand, evaluate, and use digital technology. And it encompasses everything from the hardware to the software to the internet to cell phones to PDAs and all other digital devices and platforms. So in a sense, you can say it drives everything. So who needs to be digitally literate? I would say everyone. Computers are replacing more and more people every day. And if you're not digitally literate, then that could be you next. So you do want to stay up on what's going on with technology. Okay, so let's talk about the types. For instance, if you talk about technology literacy, that's the hardware, software, internet, social media, and how all of that stuff works together, what makes them go. So you want to have a good understanding of the background of what's going on in the background with technology. When you talk about information technology, that's your ability to be able to search the search engines or use the search engines out there to find out where to get information, to understand the copyright rules and fair use rules and everything, when you can copy something, when you can't, how you need to cite materials. That is very important as well. Next, we'll talk about visual literacy. We live in a world with special effects, sound effects, everything to keep the eye constantly moving. So you want to understand how to use technology to keep your presentations and everything else visually appealing to your intended audience so you can keep their attention. Now we want to talk about media literacy. Now we're not talking about media as in the afternoon news. We're talking about medium. How many different ways can technology be delivered? From the cell phone to the iPad to the TV set to the computer. So when we're talking about medium, we're talking about all the ways that you can use technology across the platforms. And also when we talk about communications, you also have to be multi-versatile in that as well. We've got email, we've got, instant messaging, we've got the social networks. That's how all of those work together to ensure that you keep a clean and clear message out. We want to talk about social literacy. The social platforms have become so integrated into our American society that is the only source of news and socialization that some people use. So you want to be careful about that and know what's going on out there, both pro and con, because social media is a very powerful tool either for you or against you. So how do you become digitally literate? Well, the main thing I would recommend is that you consider, like I did, enrolling in a literacy class and learning more about what's out there. Okay, let's look at a few of them that I was able to take a look at and find that seemed to be pretty good. The first one is that we have the Cadillac of it, which is the Microsoft Digital Literacy Curriculum. And I mean, it has everything, all of the bells and whistles. It delivers the curriculum across 3 different levels: basic, standard, and advanced. And what I really love about it is at the end, you get a certificate. So you're not just saying you know this, you'll be able to prove it. Now, the Goodwill Community Foundation also has a good program out there. Now, the challenge with the Goodwill program is it was a whole lot of information, and the type is not as user-friendly, I should say, as the Microsoft, but it is one of the president's initiatives, so it's a really good source of training and everything. Now, I went out to the massive open online courses. They've got some great stuff too, but it's kind of like overkill. When I did a search for digital literacy, I got 10 pages with 8 options per page. So you'd have to actually go through all of that information to see which one is best suited. So, keep that in mind. Now, what do you need to get ready? First of all, you need to make sure that you have a good, strong internet, especially if you're going to take the training online. Not only do you need a computer that has a amount of RAM and memory and what all you need, You need to make sure you've got a good, solid internet connection. You also need to determine what you need to know. Going back to the Microsoft class, they have some great assessments. You could probably even test out of some of the modules, and at the same point, you get scored on the stuff that you don't know. So how I would use that is I would go in and say, okay, I know this, I don't know that. And in that way, by the end of the day, you know that you know everything. Now, again, there are a lot of options out there to become more digitally literate, including some things at the local community colleges for like $20, $25, $30 and whatnot. So there's such a wealth of opportunities to increase your literacy that, take advantage, whatever is best for you in the way you learn. Okay, now the next thing is to get out there and take it seriously. Okay, find the class that you want to learn from, learn what you need to learn so that you can hold your own in any boardroom, in any place you go, because you will be just as digitally literate as everyone else. Let's talk about the future. Okay, the future digital literacy is that nearly everything, right now, 96% of the world is some type of way connected to the internet. So what you want to do is make sure that you can be included in there and don't get left behind. I hope you've learned something. Good luck.